Hello friends, this is Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. As you can see, I have little piles of things here that I've made. And this has been scrap busting week for me. If you've been watching my last few videos, you know I've been using up my scraps this week. So this was from, and I've been sharing what I've been doing every day, you know, just in case, you know. Well, first of all, it keeps me accountable on keeping on using my scraps. And then also it might give someone ideas of what to do with your scraps. So yesterday, this is what I did. I think I have everything here. I did another collage on a big piece of, this was a card that I didn't particularly, there was nothing I could cut out. So I just used it as a piece of cardstock, you know, the cards I got from my mom. So I glued colored pieces on this side and coffee dyed pieces on this side, or neutrals, a little bit of color there just from scrapbook paper. So that's that one. These were tags that were circle tags from something I bought. I showed one yesterday, I think, and I had kept all the tags because I thought they were neat circles, and I almost threw them away a couple times. I was like, really, Sherry? Do you really need to keep those, you know? But I did. I ended up keeping them, and then I scrapped on them yesterday. So one side is colored scraps, and then on the other side I put a solid piece so they could be written on. And when I get home, I'll decide further what I'm going to do with those. Like I could decorate them further with some more layers, some flowers or something, words. I could punch a hole and put a string and make it into a tag. So that's that pile. Here is another pile of, I took out some scraps that were big enough to make like flowers or circles because they required like a 2-inch piece. So I took out all those and I just punched. This is from a magazine, an old magazine page. You can almost tell that it was a vintage magazine on there by the color. But anyway, this was from a pretty card. I just was experimenting, like how are these gonna look? And I was like, oh, that is so pretty. A map, you know, just little circles I cut out from some of the pieces. Just trying to use everything up because yesterday was day 4. Today's my kind of last day. I mean, I have tomorrow too, but we're leaving tomorrow. So, you know, that's going to be a busy day. Get ready to go. And my uncle's funeral is tomorrow. So, let me just make sure you can see because I'm at my parents' home, like I said before, and, you know, in a weird spot here, but these are some tags I made. I had some laminated pieces that I had made from my planner, like a 6-hole punch planner, and then I didn't want them in there anymore, so I cut them up and made them into tags. That's just a piece of cardstock, but the rest are laminated tags. So we'll see. I can put, you know, punch a hole and make it into a tag, or I can use it as a pocket, you know, a little side tuck pocket or something. So calling all those part things I showed you, I'm calling them done for now until I get home and can do more. These are, let's see, I made 2 little piles here. These are just clusters of little pieces. I had a pile. I think Tuesday morning this week I said something about where I sorted and organized all of my scraps because it was a big pile of mess and I couldn't tell what it was. And then yesterday morning, I think it was, I had a few more things, a little bit more in that pile that I hadn't sorted. So I sorted everything out. So like yesterday, I had a pile of little pieces. Like I put all my tiny pieces in one pile. And then I said, I'm just going to use up this pile and get rid of this, you know. And then I did that to another pile. I'm going to use up this pile and get rid of this, you know. So this is all my little pieces. Those I'm calling clusters I just showed you. These I'm calling journaling spots because I used colored pieces to stack, and then on the back I made sure I used a neutral piece or a lined piece that someone can write on. And when I get home I can sew on these or something, put flowers, or leave them like this, whatever I decide to do. But it's just a stack of pieces with neutral or lined on the back. So yeah, fun. Then I had a pile of like I just had a pile of like cardstocky type pieces, and I do like to make tags out of those because, first of all, they're sturdy, and then I can punch a hole. It's easy to punch a hole, or easier than punching a hole in paper on a little tag. It's easier to punch a hole in cardstock. So these are all little cardstocky. I mean, look at this one, so pretty. And yeah, just cardstocky little tags. I just was like, you know, this is quick to do. So I just quick made all of these little tags. And I will use these, and I do sell the tiny, I have a listing for, yeah, that's a big one. I have a listing for tiny tags in my Etsy shop. So all of the tiny ones I can put, you know, use for that. So big, you know, not a big pile, but that's a lot of little scraps I used up right there. So, sorry if I'm like not in the middle of the frame, but like I said, I'm in a weird spot here. Okay, and the last little pile I did, this was mainly what I did yesterday. Because this is not particularly quick, but I love these, and you know, wanted to make some out of the bigger pieces of cardstock that I had. I just picked up a big, like I said, I was picking up piles and using them up. So this was a pile of bigger pieces of cardstock, and I made them all into Rolodex cards. And you'll see, I'm sorry, my voice is crazy this morning, but yeah, they're all assorted sizes because I just made a Rolodex card out of whatever size it was, you know what I mean? I didn't make any certain size, like 2 by 3 or anything. They're just whatever size the cardstock was. I made it into Rolodex cards. So they're super cute and pretty, you know? I just flip through them real quick here if I can, you know, so you can see, like, get an idea of what I'm talking about here, the different sizes, you know, different colors, it doesn't matter, and how pretty they are, you know, cute. And I do have 3 different little tools that I use for making these, so I know it's like maybe everybody doesn't have the tools to make these, but I didn't have all the tools, and I got them recently. Well, I had my corner rounder because I used the corner rounder on here, had that. I used my envelope punch board to make the little tab, so I have had that for a good while. Both of those tools I got on Amazon. And the third one is the little punch where you make these little holes right here. And I got that recently from a Facebook group friend that I was looking for, and I don't believe they make it anymore. You know, the company that makes those, made those, doesn't make them anymore. So I put on a Facebook group that I was looking for one, and then one of my Facebook group friends had one, and I bought it from her. So I don't know if that's a rare occurrence, like if other people have them and want to sell them, you know, because she said she had bought one and never used it. So, you know, I'm using it. I didn't punch my little holes on these, I see. But they don't have to have holes even. You can, this is a good example of, you can make little Rolodex cards and you don't have to punch the holes on the bottom. Just use your corner rounder, you know, cut your size, use your corner rounder. And if you have a way to make a tab, go ahead and make a tab up here. I use my envelope punch board for that. And, you know, I would have done a craft with me on some of these little things, but it's a little bit hard for me to do that here away from home. But when I get home, I could certainly come back on and do a demonstration on any of this stuff. If somebody wanted to see it, I would certainly do that. And you can just ask me, excuse me, ask me in the comments. So these are all little manila file folder. But yeah, I'm on my second cup of coffee here, getting around. Day number 5 of being at my parents' house. My mom's doing better every day with her knee replacement surgery, and, you know, just progressing little by little as it does when you have that type of surgery. But today, day number 5, we found out the flea market we wanted to go to is open today. We thought it was just open Saturday and Sunday. And then yesterday we saw online that it was open. Hold on. Somebody wants to come in, so I got to go. But yeah, it's open today. So we're doing that today, and I'll be back later with more on that. So see you next time, and happy thrifting and happy crafting.